Sometimes I just want to take a picture of my engine. Tried to make it as stock looking as possible. I wasn't much for the big chrome hubcap for the air cleaner, but I know that's what people like and want, but for me, I just liked to see the intake, to see details with this type of a air cleaner. And let's see, I tried to detail every facet of this engine, all the way down to polishing bolts that are stainless that go into the engine. But yet, with people that really make mistakes in building HEMIs or in the cooling system is, frankly, the factory radiators are the best. They're engineered by pretty smart guys. They know physics. Brass, copper, the conductivity of it is way better than aluminum. And the reason why they use aluminum on telephone poles is because of the weight. It's pretty hard to string copper that far without it sagging all the way to the ground. But 3-core radiators, if they're added correctly with a fan that will move air, that's basically the problem with most coolant engines, is you got to learn to move air. Also, just a little heads up with the Daytona grill, if you calculate, do some math, the openings, the 3 openings in front of the radiator add up to the size of, or a little bit bigger than what goes or is pulled through the radiator. So therefore, you have equal pressure coming in at idle. So it doesn't matter how much you plug up everything in the nose cone. The bottom line is fan pulling air through your radiator with a nice factory radiator will cool better than anything you can imagine. And that's just one little lesson that I've learned. I'm pushing about 713 horses, and I got a 90-degree day. I can sit at a stoplight all afternoon, which I don't like, and keep my car cool. And anyway, hopefully looking to do some new carbs with down the road. Fuel injection is what I'm going to be going for. Looking for ideas for that. But enjoy this. This is just a wonderful, fantastic, made sure that I did it the right way with a nice muscle car with an engine that has muscle. Anyway, that's my setup. Of course, 572. I do have, by the way, stock exhaust manifolds. I loved how they fit. They're very efficient. They keep things cool under the engine and still produced a pretty good amount of horsepower. And the trick is with those is don't use gaskets. If you buy if you have a good heads and you have good brand new exhaust manifolds, made them up, torque them down, never have a leak. Don't use gaskets. It's the way the factory did it. It works really, really well. Anyway, there's a whole other thing I could talk about dealing with a water pump. But basically stock is an excellent option when it comes to, again, it's moving water through your cooling system at the right pace. Gives you optimal coolant efficiency. So anyway, little things about this engine. Everything's roller on it. Roller cam, roller lifters, roller rockers, everything. Indy just did an amazing job. And they built it to my specs the way I wanted it. Streetable with a lot of horsepower, and cruise along going down the highway at about 2,300 RPM or lower, and just cruise along. Surprisingly, gets pretty good gas mileage. It's almost embarrassing how well it does. But I say that as a joke, but it's not. Anyway, 572 done.